All right, this is March the 8th, 2025, and here I have a phone I've been wanting to do an honest review of for quite some time. I've had it for quite some time. This is the Minivision 2 Plus. This is a white phone. It only comes in white. I got it with a case as well as a pair of earbuds and a couple other accessories. I'm going to try my best to describe the phone as much as I can. So, this is a small, basic phone, kind of like the first Blind Shell Classic was. And it has buttons on it. It also has a screen on it, but it is not a touch screen. I'm going to start with the top. It's got the proximity sensor, and that's everything for the top. For the sides, it has nothing on each side, and then on the bottom, you've got your headphone jack as well as a micro USB port. On the back, you have an SOS button. You've got a speaker. Horrible place to put a speaker. And then you've got your camera. Of course, on your front, you have your earpiece. Right below that is your non-touch screen. And then right below that is your buttons. And then right below that is the mouthpiece. Actually, I'm pretty sure that the, oh yeah, it does have a mouthpiece. Hold on. Yep, it's got a mouthpiece. Okay, so let me go over these buttons really quick. Let's start with right below the screen in the middle. You have a directional pad. I call it a pad because, just for lack of a better word, it consists of 5 buttons. You've got your up, down, left, and right. Then in the middle, you've got an OK button. And then you have your send call button that has dots going vertically. That is to the left of the directional pad. Above the send call button, you've got a menu button that goes into settings. Whenever you're in an application, it'll go into the app's settings. You have, to the right of the directional pad, your end call button, which has 3 dots going horizontally. And then above that is your back button. And then, of course, you have your regular T9 phone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 5 has a very noticeable line on it. 7, 8, 9, *0#. Now, one thing to think about with the end call button is that it doubles as your unlock and home screen button. So if you're in an application, it'll take you back to the home screen. If the phone is completely off, it'll turn it on.
Screen, 10:50 a.m. Saturday, the 8th of March. Battery level, 89% remaining.
So,
status, no SIM card.
Yeah, my SIM's in my blind shell right now, so that's why I don't have a SIM in this phone. And of course, my eSIM is in my other phone, which is the iPhone, which is what I'm using to record this. So the thing about having it in a pocket is it's so easy to bump that button and go to your home screen. And then you hit a bunch of buttons and you've butt dialed somebody in your pocket. So that's one of the things that annoys me about this phone. I'm going to go ahead and give you the rundown of the applications that are on this basic phone. So this does not do smartphone apps.
Home screen, 10:51 a.m. Saturday, the 8th of March. Phone.
I hit the directional pad down arrow.
Contacts. Messages.
And they're not arrows, they're more like lines.
Alarm.
On the directional pad, up, down, left, and right.
Calendar. Camera. Gallery. FM radio. Light detector. Color detector. Banknote recognizer. Calculator. Voice recorder. Notes. Flashlight. Weather. Emergency. Where am I? User manual. Settings. Settings.
Okay, and you've hit the bottom. That's why you heard that sound, or ding, or whatever, for lack of a better word. the thing that I find about this phone is
Home screen, 10:51, screen off.
it works great as a phone and a message system. Like a phone calls and text, you're absolutely fine. But when you get into your alarms and your calendars, sometimes they go off 2 minutes late. That irks me to the point because I rely so heavily on that nowadays. That irks me to the point where I'm not using this phone as a phone. Because I always have my schedule in my phone. I'm going to hit that end call button right now and show you how the menu
Home
keys
screen,
work.
10:52 a.m. Saturday the 8th, screen off.
Whoops.
Home screen, 10:50, phone, contacts, messages, alarm.
Let's go into alarm and actually set an alarm.
List of alarms. 6 a.m. enabled Monday, Wednesday. 6:30 a.m. 7 a.m. enabled Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
I'm hitting the directional pad, down arrow. But
8:30 a.m. enabled
let's
Saturday,
see what happens
Sunday.
when you hit that menu button.
Alarm menu. Add alarm. Default alarm.
You can add an alarm. You can change the ringtone. That's what the default alarm is for.
Delete all.
Delete all is exactly what it says it is.
Default add alarm.
Let's go to add alarm.
Alarm details.
I hit
Enabled.
the OK button. It says enabled.
10:50 a.m.
Hit the down arrow. 10:50 a.m.
Ringtone default dream.
Ringtone default.
Repeat.
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 Which is basically you get to set which days it goes off.
Ringtone default dream.
Let's see
10:50 a.m.
how you can set your time. Okay, so I hit the up arrow to go back to time. I'm going to hit OK right now.
Select hour. 10 a.m. 11 a.m.
Let's say I want it to go off at 11. I'm going to go ahead and hit the OK.
Select minutes. 50.
Select minutes 50. Let's say I want it to go off at
30.
exactly 11 a.m. So I'm hitting the
25,
up arrow.
20, 15, 10, 5, 0, 0. Alarm
Hit
details.
OK.
Enabled. 11 a.m. Ringtone default dream. Repeat. Repeat.
Okay, I don't want it to repeat, but I do want to show you how that works. I'm going to hit OK on that.
Repeat. Monday not checked. Tuesday not checked. Wednesday not checked. Thursday not checked. Friday not checked. Saturday not checked. Sunday not checked. Sunday not
Okay,
checked.
I'm going to hit the back button,
Alarm details. Enabled.
and then I'm going to hit menu again.
Alarm menu. Save.
And I'm going to hit save.
Dismiss.
Actually,
Delete. Dismiss.
yeah, let's hit save.
Alarm details. List of alarms.
Just for
8:30
the
a.m.
sake of
enabled
this
Saturday,
review.
Sunday.
I'm going to hit the back button.
Alarm.
So
Messages.
I'm not going to go into my messages because that's pretty, that has, information in it that,
Alarm. Calendar.
The world doesn't need to know. Even though I'm not doing any, like, sexual whatever in there. I'm just, private messages is private messages.
List of events. Meds. Sunday, March 9th, 2020.
I'm going into
Meds.
calendar.
Saturday,
It'll
March 8th,
tell you
2025, 8:30 p.m. every
your
day. Med.
events
Work.
that
Monday,
are coming
March 10th,
up.
2025. Break.
Now,
Monday, March 10th, 2025, 8:15
calendar
a.m. every
reminders will come up as alarms, not as notifications like they do on the blind shell. The blind shell, you can actually choose to set an event as important enough to set an alarm for, or whether you just want to
Screen
do a
off.
notification, which is nice.
List of events.
I like my events as
Saturday, the 8th of March.
notifications.
Battery level. 88%
That's what I
remaining.
tend to
Network
do.
Status. No SIM card.
Now, if your
Monday,
screen
March 10th,
locks on
2025,
you,
7:30 a.m. every week.
then when you hit that unlock button, it is going to leave off exactly where you left off. Like, it'll pick back up where you left off, which is
Screen off.
really nice. I'm pretty sure the blind shell does the same thing.
List
What
of
else am I
events.
going to
Saturday,
show
the 8th
you?
of March. Battery calendar. Camera. Gallery.
Let's see how this camera works.
Camera. Camera.
It will not tell you, like the Blind Shell Classic 3 does, what you're looking at, which I don't like. But to take a picture, you just hit the, I think you hit the, just the OK button. and it's really slow. I don't believe this phone takes video at all. To see your
Camera.
pictures, you go to your gallery.
Gallery.
Just go ahead and point the camera back at the phone.
FM radio. Light detector.
You do have an FM radio. Let's see how the light detector works. I just want to show those of you that are totally blind how this works. It makes a lot of sounds. There's a lot of light in this room.
Light
I'm
detector.
hitting the back key.
Color detector.
Color detector. Let's test this out. I've never tested this on this phone. I've only done it on the blind shell.
This function allows you to announce the colors of the objects around you.
See? I've never
Position
even
the
gone in
camera
there.
between 5 to 10 centimeters above object in a sufficiently bright environment. Color detector. Announce colors. Find
See what
color.
this does. Find color. Let's
Alert to find a color. Alert to find a
color.
color.
I don't
Find
know what that
announce
means
colors.
actually.
Announce colors.
Let's just hit the announce.
Brown, brown dark. Brown light. Brown. Red, black.
These are not black
Black.
jeans, are they? Seriously. So
Black.
yeah, I'm
Brown
not.
Color
I'm
detector.
not exactly
Announce
pleased
colors.
with this color identifier either.
Find color.
I don't know what that does. I'm
Red.
just gonna go ahead and.
Burgundy.
Oh,
Brown.
okay. It totally
Color detector.
It
color.
asks you which color you want to
Alert to
find in
find
the
a color.
room. Alert to find a color.
Alert to find a color. Sound checked.
Sound is
Vibration,
on.
not checked.
Vibration is not on.
Sound and vibration not checked. Sound and vibration. Color detector.
Okay.
Alert to find a color.
So that's
Color
how the color identifier works.
Banknote recognizer.
I'm not exactly pleased with that. I don't have any banknotes to try and recognize to kind of
Calculator.
give you an idea of how it works. Calculator is your basic calculator. It's nothing special, like no scientific or whatever.
Voice recorder.
Voice recorder. Let me show you how that works as well.
Voice recorder. New voice memo.
New voice memo. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that OK key. I'm hitting the OK key to go into anything. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Save.
Of course, hit the OK key to stop recording, as well as the OK
The
key to
voice memo has been
save.
saved.
And it'll tell you that the voice memo has been saved.
Voice recorder. New voice memo. Voice memo list. New
Hit
voice
the
memo.
down arrow to either record another voice memo,
Voice memo list.
a voice memo list.
Voice memo list.
Hit the OK, because that's the last menu option here.
Voice memo list.
See how this sounds. If it'll actually get its active.
20.
Ooh, it's slow.
Listen.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Listen.
I love the recorder on the blind shell phone a lot better than this because it sounds so much better.
Voice memo list. Voice recorder. Voice memo list.
Okay, so I'm hitting the
Voice
back
recorder.
button. You can also hit the home button to go back to your home screen.
Notes.
You hit your back button if you're within a menu and you just want to go back to the other menu.
Voice recorder. Notes. Flashlight.
Notes is text notes rather than voice notes.
Voice recorder. Notes. Flashlight. Weather.
Weather is exactly what it sounds like. What it does is it gives you the
Weather.
local
weather
weather.
data. Please
This does go
Weather
really slow.
Roxborough.
Sorry about that.
Today, scattered clouds. Temperature 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind
Now-
speed 16 miles per hour.
If you want to go to the next day weather, you
Screen
hit the
off.
down arrow.
Weather Roxborough. Saturday, the 8th of March. Battery level 87% remaining. Network status. No SIM
Just
card.
give me the weather,
Today.
please.
Tomorrow, scattered clouds. Temperature 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind speed 2 miles per hour.
And if you want more details on a certain day's weather, you hit the
Tomorrow.
OK. It'll show you what is going to
Morning,
go on in
overcast
the
clouds.
morning
Temperature 38 degrees.
and in the afternoon, which
Afternoon.
I
scattered
definitely
clouds.
find
Temperature
that
35
useful.
degrees Fahrenheit. Wind speed 2 miles per hour west. Pressure 1000. Weather Roxborough. Today, scattered clouds. Tomorrow, scattered.
I hit the back button
Monday,
just to go
overcast
back
clouds.
to
Temperature 43
the
degrees Fahrenheit.
days
Wind speed 1 mile per hour.
of weather, and I'm going to hit the
Weather.
back button again.
Emergency. Where am I?
Where am I is your GPS location, and I find that very accurate.
Emergency.
Emergency, I believe, I have not set this up, but that's where you can set your SOS button to speed dial people.
Where am I? User manual.
User manual, I'm so glad that they have this in here.
Settings.
They took some ideas from the blind shell, definitely, because the blind shell was very helpful in that area. Let's go through the settings here.
Settings. Display. Vocalization. Bluetooth. Wi-Fi. Security. Language. Keypad. Date and time. About phone. About phone.
Let's check for software update. I hit the OK on about phone, and the first option is system update, so I'm going to hit OK.
Usually your system is currently up to date.
Usually it will announce when a software update is. I'm just going to hit the home key because I don't need any more things in the settings. I gave you a basic functionality of the settings. I could give you a more in-depth review if you guys ask for it.
Screen off.
But this was definitely my first impressions of this phone. I'm not using it as a main phone right now because the alarm and calendar system is not reliable, because sometimes it'll go off late. I do have complaints about the voice recorder. Definitely, you heard how much it sounds kind of garbled. The weather, I like the way that they've set up the weather. I like the way that they have set up the GPS, which I've tested, but I don't want to let you know my exact location, so that's why I did not decide to demonstrate that particular app. It was very, very, very accurate. So this phone is hit or miss. It works great as a phone, and it works great as a text messaging device. Definitely. And I do find that dictation is surprisingly very accurate. It used to not be that way, but I did have a couple of software updates happen after I got the phone, because as I said, I've had it a year and a half, and I've noticed just how impressive the dictation really was. And so I definitely would recommend this phone for the most part, but if you're someone who relies on your alarms and calendars, you might want to get a backup clock, like a talking clock or maybe a talking watch that has an alarm and, maybe some calendar events and stuff like that. So I would say that Blind Shell overall is a better phone. But sometimes I find that the blind shell is too smart. So if you want a basic phone, yeah, you can go with this. But just know that you're not going to get the best quality out of this phone. But I cannot wait till Capsys comes out with the Minivision 3, because it'll definitely be one of those things where I will have to test and see what comes next for them. So they have a lot of improvements to make, and hopefully they will do that with software updates. And definitely will be reviewing the next one when it comes out. So stay tuned for some more videos like this. And if you like what you've seen, please subscribe and go ahead and hit the notification bell. And I will see you in the next one.